Hello everyone, it's great to see you. Today we're going to do a short tutorial on how to draw eyes and the different kinds of eyes when it comes to designing. Let's break it down. The first thing we want to talk about when it comes to constructing eyes are the different parts of the eye. First, we have the pupil. Next, we have the top lid. Next, the bottom lid, the tear duct, and finally, the lid fold. Now, to emphasize how there is a pupil right here, what I like to do is to draw just a little circle in the middle. It kind of looks like it's a ring light shine or something like that. And because the lid is above the eyeball, I like to shade out here just to give it a little more depth and dimension, because it's an eyeball, you feel me? So let's do that one more time. Pupil, we've got the eyelid, we got the bottom eyelid, the tear duct, and the lid fold. A little pupil in here. Finally, some shading. Alright, now that we've got the basic structure of the eye, let's move on to the different types of eyes. Now there are three basic types of eyes. First there is single lid, double lid, and hooded lids. Single lids do not have the upper eyelid fold. Double lids tend to have an upper eye fold. And finally, hooded eyes tend to have the upper eye fold droop down over the eyeball. Single, no upper eyelid fold. Double, an eyelid fold. And hooded, the eyelid fold droops down. Now that we've discussed the three eye types, let's move on to the shapes of the eyes. So, some basic shapes is round shape, rhombus, and diamond. So let's start with round. Pupil, the upper lid, the tear duct, the lower lid, and the eye folds. So this is more of a round shape. Next, let's do the rhombus shape. I can imagine that the rhombus shape is more of a hooded eye. We're gonna have the upper lid that tilts downwards. We're gonna have the inner fold right here. From the bottom, we're gonna come around and then back. Make sure that tear duct is in there. Also, I've seen the rhombus shape used with like sexy eye types. So let's try that. I'm sure we can do better. Let's try again. This time, let's make the pupil a little smaller. And there we go. We got a sexy eye type. Finally, we have the diamond eye type. Start with a circle. This one's a little more interesting because we're gonna go down like that, and then the bottom lid is gonna come out like this. But what makes this eye type interesting is the upper lid like that. And that's how you get more of a diamond shape. With a little bit of pupil under there. There we go. Maybe just a hint of shading. Next, we can experiment with some eyelash types if we want. So we can make this one have like a, kind of like eyeliner, just like that. This one's a hooded eye, so maybe we can do some regular lashes maybe. With this one, we could probably do bottom lashes. This one, we can make it a lot more slick, a lot more cat-like. Maybe some under eyelashes to give that more devious look. And those are the basic eye shapes. You can experiment however much you want and just go crazy. And finally, there's proportion and canthal tilt. It's good to make sure that the eyes are the exact same height. So if you need guidelines, for this style I would actually recommend making 3 lines. The middle for the pupil, the upper for the eyelid, etc., etc. Looks rather surprised, doesn't it? But not only is it necessary that they be the same height, proportionally, to make sure that they're not too far apart or too close together, it's good to make sure that you can fit a third eye right in the middle. That's how you get a good proportion between the two. So, if we were to select this, copy paste, and then select, there we go. It's about proportional. So they're about a good width apart. And finally, there's canthal tilt. Canthal tilt, it's whether the inside of the eye and the outside of the eye are either level. An upward canthal tilt is when the inner corner and the outer corner tilt upwards. And finally, a downwards canthal tilt is when the eyes point downwards. I would say a neutral canthal tilt is more of a protagonist-y main character type of characteristic. An upward canthal tilt is more of like a devious or sly look to a character. And like a downward canthal tilt is more of a sympathetic or even a low energy kind of character. Now, of course, These kinds of details are only pertaining to fictional characteristics. Whether or not someone has an upward canthal tilt or a downward canthal tilt, it doesn't really matter. But when it comes to character designing, it's good to keep these kinds of things in mind. So in conclusion, we have the parts of the eye, we have the different types of eyes, we have different shapes of the eye, and finally, the proportion and the canthal tilt. Now you can mix and match any of these techniques as you so please as you design your characters. So this concludes my tutorial on how to draw eyes and basic eye designs and shapes. If you have an idea of a tutorial, go ahead and comment, like, and subscribe to help out my channel, and I hope to see you again soon.